Hello, beautiful family. Welcome to another insightful episode of the Real Deal Naija Podcast. And of course, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. And in the spirit of Christmas, I want you to give us a gift. And that gift is your subscription. Just click on the subscription button. Like, share, comment, share the link to that WhatsApp group, share the link to your Telegram group, repost it on your status, spread the word. You cannot be enjoying all of these goodies alone, right? Let us unbundle Africa's largest real estate market together. Today, we are going to be exploring the A to Z of building, and we'll be looking at it from the perspective of an interior designer. You will agree with me that building a home is not just about bricks, paint, cement, right? You need to take into consideration lifestyle, budgeting, safety, and ultimately creativity. To explore the creativity and lifestyle aspects and a bit of budgeting, with me in the studio today, I have the CEO of Beautiful Ideas Group, an interior design and styling company. She is also the founder of BI Institute of Construction and Design, an institute where she has trained over 100 aspiring interior designers in the art of construction and interior design. She is also the Secretary General of the IDAN, which is the Interior Designers Association of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Mrs. Theresa Ephraim. Woo! I love the energy. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I feel so honored sitting next to you.
I'm more honored to have such a beautiful person.
Thank you. I've seen some of your works online and I'm wowed. You're really, really creative.
Thank you.
Well done, ma. All right, so let's dive straight into it. Tell us, at what stage should an interior designer come on board in a building project?
An interior designer should come on board right from the architectural design phase to avoid time where you have to rework and do so many other reworks. So early collaboration would ensure decisions on space planning, lighting, furniture layouts are all aligned, and this would help save time and avoid costly changes later.
Yeah, amazing. So right from the point of conception.
Yes, the architectural design phase.
Okay, amazing.
So right when the concepts are still forming it, you want to do that thinking together with the architect.
Beautiful. All right, so do you think Nigerians has fully embraced the idea of professional interior design services?
I would say it's a growing awareness. I would say that now we have a lot of young homeowners and developers. And of course, with the circulating success stories, everyone is realizing the value of the professional interior design. So I would say the market is becoming more enlightened and open to the idea of interior design as a professional service.
Amazing. So what is the biggest misconception clients usually have about interior design?
I would say that many clients and many people, think that interior design is interior decorating. But the reality is it's more strategic. It's planning spaces. It's optimizing functionality. It's enhancing how people live. It's aesthetics. It's essentially just one part of it. So I would say that's the biggest misconception, where you just think it's just about putting pretty things together. Again, crafting a lifestyle, crafting how the space comes and functions.
Amazing. Functionality and lifestyle.
Yeah.
So now over to you, the audience. Tell us, would you rather hire the services of an interior designer, or would you rather design your space yourself? Would you rather hang frames, curtains, or would you engage a professional interior designer? Let us hear your comments in the comment section. I look forward to reading it. All right, Mrs. Theresa, back to you. So how do you approach lighting, color, texture to bring a new home to life?
Yeah, those are very key elements in helping a space feel well designed.
Okay.
So I would say lighting is what sets the mood, what sets the energy of a space. And color creates a deep sense of style and identity. So you go to a space and you feel it's warm, you feel it's colorful, you feel it's energetic. So color does that magic, sets identity, sets energy and a deep sense of style. Then when you come to textures brings the personality and the uniqueness of the person in. So together, this makes the space truly come alive. When you have textures, this texture would bring softness in the space, it tells about, I'm a soft person, or you want it a bit more dramatic, so the patterns, the textures does that. So 3 of them, when used well together and in right proportions, it tells the story of your space better.
Amazing. I feel like I'm in a psychology class / one of your sessions because I think interior design has a lot to do with psychology as well, right?
Yes, it does. And that's why it's the biggest misconception is thinking that just because you see a solution in the market and you're applying it and you think that that's the answer. However, with interior design, there's a lot more that goes into thinking, thoughtfulness, which has to do with the person. You have to study who the person is, the client's needs, the lifestyle of the client, the people that live around there. So you're not just designing the walls, you're not designing the floors, you're not designing, but you're designing lifestyles and how people should feel in a space.
Amazing. All right, Ma. So we walk into some spaces and we love it. We probably want to replicate them in our homes, right? And we know that beautiful spaces come at a price. They're expensive. So tell us, how can homeowners budget for interior finishes without sacrificing quality or style?
I would say a mix. Prioritizing high impact things like flooring, the lighting, key furnitures, then you now can complement with quality local options.
Okay.
So when you prioritize, and that's why, early planning balances out costs and style and function. So if I have an idea of what I'm going to spend, I would know, okay, with my flooring that would take a lot of, am I going to have a lot of people come into this space? That might impact, if I use the sensitive flooring against using something that can take to high traffic, so that would guide, maybe I should spend more hardware on my flooring and, so somehow budgeting and quality, if well planned, a mix of, both local and imported materials can be used in saving and giving a good budget in any project.
Okay, so you mentioned key furnitures. What are the key furnitures?
So it depends on the kind of space so if it's your living room you're trying to do, what the key furnitures there would be what? Am I entertaining? Am I sitting? So is the key furniture what your entertainment unit is going to be? Some people don't feel that when they gather people or have people come into their space, that should be the focal of the conversation. So they take out completely the media unit. So at that time, maybe the type of seat, is this seat going to make me sit upright, feel formal, feel informal? Am I going to slouch? Am I going to feel so comfortable? I have a daybed literally welcoming me when I come into this space.
Nice.
Throwing you off to just let go and just slouching or just get a throw on and, watch. So all of those things matter. So it depends on the space, and that determines what is the key furniture to have in that space. Okay. So whether it's a dining space, an entertainment space, a sleeping space, so different furnitures are key for different types of spaces.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. Thank you. So on budget and, functionality, what's your take on sourcing local versus imported materials and furniture in Nigerian projects?
Well, sourcing local definitely would help our economy. also reduce on lead time compared to importing some of this. Imported items really come into place for specialized needs, I would say, where okay, I would rather just spend the time, wait, and spend a bit more just to have a specialized need met. But if it's local sourcing, I believe that would help our economy, and so the best way, and I think thoughtful way, is always a mix, the balance, to your quality and style and practicality. So when we source locally, you're doing more. You're also supporting the artisans. You're also supporting the economy. I'm not saying that should go at your quality need. So but these days we have fine craftsmanship happening in our land. So I would say a good play on both would be good to drive our economy.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so now how do you ensure the interior design complements architecture of a space?
I would say start early to collaborate, closely with architects. We're not at loggerheads.
Really
Collaboration is key. I always tell designers, don't go and design a space and forget what structure the architect had done, because they thought there was a thinking through there.
Yes.
So whatever we do should enhance, should elevate a space, elevate a structure. So understanding the architectural language also would make design choices that feel and enhance the space. So interior should not feel like natural. Interior should feel like a natural extension of architecture.
Okay.
It should not be a disjoint.
Yes.
Whilst you're doing this, like we're always fighting.
Yes.
You'd say, why did the architect do this? And the architect would say, what is this interior person all about? No. Yeah, you don't know what to do, but because you understand the language, and that's why even in the academy that we run, we emphasize this. We also make that people delve a bit into architecture, a bit into knowledge of architectural language, so that they are not totally lost when you're working or collaborating on a project, that you have a great team, the engineers, the architect playing. You should be able to understand the language, so that you can work towards a common goal.
Amazing. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. It feels like I attended a masterclass.
Oh, wow.
So, with close to 2 decades of experience in the interior design industry, right? How would you say you have experienced the evolution of Nigerians embracing interior design into their spaces fully?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been, each year comes with, like I said, because we now have a lot of younger homeowners these days. So because they are part of the stakeholders in it, so they are forced to think and check in with global what happens, So doing this and seeing that outside Nigeria, this is what happens, and people pay for this services, and these services are never really cheap, So I think they tend to understand it, and the success stories too is helping drive the narrative, the need, the time saving that you're going to having an interior design direct. An interior designer is not necessarily an owner of a furniture shop. An interior designer is not necessarily the owner of a paint shop.
True.
But an interior designer would guide, direct, and show you what, depending on what you want to achieve, and give you more insights to why you should either stay wanting what you want, or having a change of mind to achieve what you also want, So I feel that the narrative is growing, and I would say also with Aiden, we are driving a lot of change in the system where people are more knowledgeable about what we do as a profession and the impact of what we do as a profession, not just for the residential areas, but in the commercial areas, how we drive, how we sell, how we do up our healthcare places, how the impact of designing a space can bring about a good health outcomes.
Wow.
Just getting to a space and feeling great, or and healing faster just because the right colors were used.
Wow.
So in every sphere, even in our offices, we're designing and changing the narratives where it's not stereotyped, forcing people to be more creative, forcing people to think outside the box. So I like it these days when I go out and I see that office spaces are not the norm anymore. People are trying to make it more friendly, more innovative, and so I think we're doing a great work generally, and people are accepting this more and more. Of course, cost is always a problem, but yeah, we would change our mind also with cost as we go by. Yeah.
Please do. Thank you so much, Ma. So for people who are curious to learn more about the BI Academy, where do they find you?
Okay, so we're currently in Lekki Phase 1 and in Ajar.
Okay.
We have our campuses in Lekki Phase 1 on Wole Lateju, number 7 Wole Lateju, and at the HFP Plaza in just near Ibrahim Adesonya, we have our Ajar campus there.
Oh, beautiful.
So
all right.
Yes.
Social media?
Our social media, you can check us out on viacademy.ng.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Real Deal Naija Podcast. Remember, if you want a beautiful space, you must think about it from the design phase. It is not waste of money to get somebody to think through the process for you. Your space has an absolute impact on the quality of life and the quality of results you churn out in life, right?
Right.
All right. Thank you very much, Mrs.
I think the masterclass was great.
It was. I learned. I should get the certificate.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you. All right. Join us again for another episode of the Real Deal Naija Podcast. Remember to use the hashtag #ThreadNaija. And remember, my Christmas gift, I am giving you the gift by bringing to you an amazing woman. So give me a gift by clicking that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Share.
Remember, let us have your thoughts. Would you rather design your space yourself, or would you engage the services of a professional interior designer? I'll be waiting to read your comments.
Please engage us.
See you on another insightful episode of the Real Deal Naija. Thank you.